I think everyone understands it takes a while to get things set up. Well, that's great. Yeah.
Right, gents, we are live. We are live on YouTube. I'm still loading anyway. When it's all loaded, I'll share on Discord for you guys, okay? Ready? La Guardia. I'm gonna go there. Hey, Wycliffe. I haven't flown this route in a while. And I see the way Navigraph depicts stuff is quite different to what I'm used to it. It's not the same. Ooh, while I'm talking, let me just check my mic levels again. Yeah, okay, it's pulled back up for the guys on YouTube. I don't know why Windows does that. Every time I have to pull it up after I reboot. Hello, Neil. So strange.
Am I working? Yes, I am. Hi, Nico. I'm in Discord for a change.
Hello, Wycliffe. Yeah, and we're sitting this side for a change as well.
How are you keeping? You okay?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Yeah, and the family and your daughter?
Everybody's good. She's gone off to the Eastern Cape now this evening, my daughter, and she'll be back probably on Sunday then, unless they come back a day early, but that's the plan. So she's got a bit of a drive ahead of her.
Is that to get away from the heat? I know you've been suffering the last few days.
No, you know what? Today's been one of those cold days again. I was standing outside like half an hour ago and I was thinking to myself, where's summer now? It's so strange. It's like we've got all four of the seasons in one day. It just depends on where the shade is and where the sun is, you know? It's crazy. Weird. In the middle of the day, yes, you cook. You really cook. I mean, it is tremendous. But early morning and early evenings towards evening gets cold. Right, I've got my flight plan, Uncle John.
Good.
We decided not to fly on Iveo together. I just don't feel like the added stress of ATC. So we're just going to do our own thing. But Uncle John wants to also fly and just look at this flight model. So we'll see now. All right, let's dispatch this. Hey, John.
I'm trying to join this. I'm trying to join this course, so I'm not sure I'm hoping I'm getting it right or push to talk. What are we testing today?
New flight model. The new flight model. Twkster has given Zibo a new flight model. And so now we're going to change the cameras here and do all kinds of nice things and then go fly it. And Zibo said if it's okay, he'll release it later. Then you guys can have it as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And I saw your response to my little report on the landing issues. So yeah, interesting to see this one.
Yeah. When 17 came out, I already reported back to Zibo that, you know, this and that and the other, I think is, you know, in need of help. And then he said to me already, no, Twkster was already working on the new one then already. I just didn't know it was going to come today. Yeah, but this thing takes forever to load. I think it's waiting for a map enhancement. That's why it's taking so long to load. Because I haven't been in this area for a long time. Yeah, I can see. Okay, yeah, but you flew in here the other day, so you have the tiles. I see mine is busy downloading the tiles now, so it's going to take a minute to just load.
With this update, will we get the ambulance?
Yes, yes, yeah, you will.
Cool. It's good fun. Like you said the other evening, if you only use it once or twice, it's just fun.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What we need now is all the fire engines to come out to meet us when we have an emergency.
I still want the medevac helicopter.
Oh, no, come on, we're all perfect pilots and land perfectly every time.
Yes.
You speak for yourself. I still have problems.
You watch some of my live streams.
Scotsman, no, I hope we're not seeing another ambulance tonight. We're a little bit pressed for time because Zibo wants to get this thing out. So I'm quickly going to look at the cameras, and I've decided to leave it for on stream because NJXP and there on the forum, the guys were asking about the changes. So if you look in the description and below the video, you'll see there was a CG shift of plus 0.11 meters, something like that. Let me just find it quickly. 0.11 meters CG shift, longitudinal shift. That's what Zibo said. So we're going to quickly have a look. See, hello Attila. Medevac will only be available if you run out of runway. Yeah, it's for the guys going to the pub.
I was quite surprised to see the number of cameras that some people use. When we get these CG changes, I just go into X camera and drag the views about till they're better than they were before. But I'm only running 10 or 11 different cameras. I see some people are running 70 or 80.
Oh no, I can't do that. No, I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 13. That's more than enough. I've got the scatterbrain when I'm so, involved with so many different things. I will never remember which key combination goes where if you have to do 70. Hello, Andrew. Yeah. And this thing is taking forever. Oh, there it's jumped now. Once it's loaded, I can share my screen in Discord. Unfortunately, it doesn't help by share now. All right, so
I have my camera views on my hat switch, so I can just go backwards and forwards between cameras. But I can't remember. I don't think I have that many. All my camera settings are up on the community thing anyway.
Yeah. My camera views don't seem to be changed at all.
Hello, Cap. Nice to see you again.
My camera views are
to start your ACARs.
Perfectly usable.
My FMC was out. I had to change that.
Your what was out?
The FMC.
Your FMC.
Number 4.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, well, I didn't have to change anything. But while we're talking about the cameras, let me just show you guys what I generally usually do. Okay. And one of the problems, and I've mentioned this now on the forum specifically, is most of my cameras come with
for electrical power up procedure.
That's Linda talking. Most of my cameras have some other tilt built into them, right? And then when I go and move forwards and backwards, the tilt is what throws me out. Okay, so typically what I do is literally I use the greater as and smaller than, forwards, backwards, arrows, left, right, up and down. And then when I get to the point where I want it to be, all I do is I click save. That's it. Then I go to the next view and the next view and the next view. Because for me to go and enter 0.11 here in the actual X field right now, it's just going to make it look funny, So it's easier for me to just move it, save it, move to the next one.
That's how I do mine, Nico. I just literally, because I know the views that I always have. So I always know my position. So it's easy just for me, like you, just go into X camera and just move backwards, forwards, whatever, and then save.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but, yeah, and my whole story is just sabotaged by the tilt, And I mean, if you have a tilt at some degree and then you move the thing, you're going to have to move the tilt anyway. So you might as well just do, all the axes and get it over with. So let's get going. I do have one slight problem. I hope it's not going to affect me, but I see it is affecting you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restart my X-Plane because all my sound is now coming through my headset and there's nothing going out on the motherboard sound card. So I just want to fix that. Apologies. Hello, George. I'll reshare in Discord shortly. Let me just start up again now. All right.
That CG shift relates to 4 inches, Nico.
Yeah, but with my eyes, I can't see the difference on my screen.
No. And as I say, it's quite small.
Yeah, George, I was just checking my views, obviously, when you came in here. I don't see any changes at this point in time, and as McTrying just said, the change is very small. So in all likelihood, unless your eyes are more trained to see things like that than mine, you won't have to reset it again. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it for the new guys. I see we've grown in numbers on stream. If you want my camera views, it's in my private hangar. The link is in the notes below the video. So you can just go to the Zibo folder, look for X camera. It's specific to X camera, obviously. Just download my CSV file and then you'll have all my views. Some of it will be payware only, so you won't get all the views, but it will give you what it can under your license. My wife's just arrived home. Now the lions are going crazy in the background again.
Is that Sasso with us?
Yeah, I don't see him, no. There he is. Now I can see him. Yeah, you saw him. Yeah, I missed him. Thanks, Mac.
Hello.
Hello, Sasso.
Hello, Sasso.
Good evening.
Come on, get live.
I don't know whether you noticed that people were picking up the pitch angle at certain points in the flight, but we've got a new flight model, Sasso.
Yeah, Red.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the man. Hello.
Righto, so let's get cracking. Did I dispatch it? Did I get my thing set up? Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary.
Good evening, Gary.
Hello, Cat.
Good
Nice to
evening,
see
all.
you again. Please remember to start your A cars.
You let off the hook tonight, Gary.
Yeah, I was just talking to Deco.
I missed what you said there, Uncle John.
Pushing back.
Okay, enjoy.
You too.
Thank you.
Look at Linda messing up the FMC.
No.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Thank you. I hope she doesn't.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ground flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Right. We don't need that. Let's quickly see. $3048. Oh yes, I need to share. Yes, sorry guys. There you go.
Thank you.
We're sharing already.
That's John. Was before.
Yeah, I did share and then I had to shut down my X-Plane and restart it, Sasa. Then it lost it and I had to do it again.
Okay,
Right. Let me see. What happened to my boxes? I lost my boxes. It's not here. Oh, I never. No, I didn't flick it. But it was there for a split second. Did you not see it? Ah, okay, man. All right. I thought it was there.
Nowadays, these captain nowadays, that they blame the effort.
Yes, of course. It's never our fault.
Of course.
Thank you, Sasa. He usually does, but you know what? We're such good friends. It's all done in such good spirit. I like it. It's okay. ILS 24 left. Right, okay. Close that. Yeah, I think so, Attila. Some of you like it more than others. I won't mention names. Wink, wink, Scotsman. always comes with this engine fail story. Alright. Come back. Right, we'll let it load a little bit. We are going to go to that one. It's -3 degrees and the water, well, the moisture and stuff is visible. You can see it is not nice. I'm going to just bring my voice down slightly, and I'm going to lift the guys on Discord a little bit. Then, so count to 5. Let's hear your voice.
Me?
Yeah, count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. VNAV, speed intervent.
Thank you very much. I've boosted your voice.
Complete. Yeah.
As George says, your voice is very quiet against mine. So.
Okay.
Right, let's hit the rest of the setup and get out of here as soon as we can. Pleasure. Yeah, you guys must always remember I can't hear, so you are my ears. You need to tell me when things go wrong. Hello Alex, welcome. Alright, let's see. It says it's done. Yeah, that looks like a better trim, that one.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Alright, let's get the APU going. So?
Yes.
When it looks like this, do you suppose we need to do the de-icing spray or not? I don't think so, because it's not a current moisture fall.
Depends technically. Oh no, exactly. It depends on the situation outside in terms of. So I can see it's wet. What's the temperature?
-3.
It's -3. Okay. Dew point.
I have no idea. Let's see. -18. So it's very far away from each other.
Okay, very far away, which is good. The other thing is, it depends. If you just inserted warm fuel, these will avoid or will warm up the other fuel that was, let's say, inside the tanks. What we, in this case, we have the probe it immediately on, so we do not wait the pushback and then the configuration for taxi, but we do set the probe it immediately on. So these start to...
So even before start engines?
Correct. We insert them before as the preliminary is done.
Okay.
If the temperature is below +3 with the visible moisture, which in this case could be on the tarmac.
Okay.
So we can deem we are in freezing condition at the moment. What you can do, if the aircraft has been, let's say, outside for a prolonged stop, more than 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can recycle the flaps. So after the pushback, you can recycle the flap. It means bringing the flaps to 40, then back up, double check the free movement, and then set them to 5 in this case.
Serious? Wow.
So
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we do that as a matter of extra care, let's say.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
It's a bit of, let's say, hybrid situation, because you are technically in freezing condition, which means minus temperature less than +3. The visible moisture, which is on the tarmac. But of course you are not under any type of precipitation at the moment. So providing your wings is clear, we did add some warm fuel. So if you look at the fuel temperature on the overhead panel, you should see is not crazy low. No, it's just above the switches for the fuel. You have there,
sorry,
up there is the gauge. There it is. You see it's in the positive.
Yeah.
It is +10, 11, 12, something like that.
It's like 11, yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah, so it's fine.
Okay.
What we do, I don't know if you have just to complete, if you go into the cabin and you walk through the overwing exit, then from the overwing exit, before we board the passengers, we have a look at the square. So if you go over the overwing, so of course there will be one pilot that does the walk around from below. They double check the states of the wing from below. And then again, before boarding.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where those wings are.
Overwing. There, the exit. There it is.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, now just go there. We can see there is a square. Can you see the black square there? All the black square.
Yeah.
If there is ice or any form of ice inside that black square, okay, technically, providing there are other conditions met, then we can consider these fine to go.
Okay.
If the ice is external, so outside that black square, then we need the ice. But in this case, there is nothing. So
we're okay. Happy
the
days.
only things would be the probe it immediately without waiting, and maybe we can consider recycle completely the flap, so up 40 up before starting the taxi.
Okay, we can do that.
If
before start procedure. Sorry.
If any type of precipitation starts, of course, then we will assess the situation. What you can do again as a matter of extra care, you can leave the flap up, especially if the taxi is long, and then as you are approaching, when you approach the holding point, you stop the aircraft, you set the flap to 5 or whatever is required for takeoff. You do the config check at that point, don't do it before, and then off you go for departure.
Well, there is our runway, so we don't really have a long way to go.
Because it's quite short, then we can do up 40 up, and then once you have up no lights, the flaps are clear, so then you can set directly the flap for departure.
Okay.
Just a bit of common sense use.
Yeah. And then we use engine and wing anti-ice?
Correct. So in terms of performance, we always stick with, we always turn on both wing and engine anti-ice. You are gonna discover that as soon as you set the takeoff thrust and then there is the liftoff, at liftoff the wing anti-ice switch will automatically take you off. That's not a bug, that's as per real aircraft, that's how the system works. In terms of performance, you will need to select engine and wing anti-ice on in the performance only if you are planning to use wing anti-ice below the MSA. But because there is no precipitation in this case, of course, we will not need any wing anti-ice. So in terms of handling of the aircraft, we switch on both engine and wing, then the wing will go away automatically.
Yes. Yeah, that one I know.
Ah.
I don't know if this guy is waiting for me. I don't know if he's waiting for me. I'm just going to release the parking brake, see if he does anything. Yeah, he was waiting for me, sorry. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Sasso?
Yeah.
Alex on YouTube says he's very disappointed that you didn't count 1 to 5 in Italian.
25 and 2.
Yeah. If you want, I can need the accent from South Italy as well. It would be even more fun.
Starter cutout.
Oh, do you see there's a VAO event in a couple of days at Milan, Sasso?
Start number 1 engine.
Need a look.
Something to do with the
Starting
Olympic
number 1
ports
engine.
for the Winter Games.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have a look.
It's in the evening.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
25 and 2. Starter cutout.
Right, so now you say flaps 40.
No, do the normal taxi flow first.
Okay.
I don't know if it's you or Linda doing it.
She's going to do that. So before taxi procedure.
Disconnected. Bypass bin's been removed.
Let her do that.
Before taxi procedure.
Safe flight.
Will she move the flaps in this case?
No. It's my responsibility and her SOP, so.
Fantastic. Recall, fantastic.
Before taxi procedure complete.
So now in order, I will go.
I am ready for before taxi
continuous.
checklist.
Probit, double check they are on. Usually we set the probit on at this time because we are in freezing condition. We have them on already.
Yeah.
Now we set engine and wing anti-ice on. Good. Then, air condition, isolation valve, that's all set. Now we go down into the flap. Now I know the flaps are 5 for takeoff, but in this case we want to double check they are free movement. So we set the flap lever all the way to 40.
It doesn't want to do that. Let's just pull it with a lever. There you go.
Now we just monitor the indicator to make sure he doesn't stop. If he stops for any reason, we move the flap lever to the number associated where he stopped. Okay?
Ready for before taxi
Otherwise,
procedure.
we just wait 40 with the green light. That's to monitor the free movement of flaps, which means to us that no contamination of ice is present.
Yes.
So now you can see there 40 green light, now all the way to up. Fantastic. Now we just wait to have up no lights, and then you set flap 5. because we said is a very short taxi. It's a good review of the winter procedure for me. I wasn't expecting this, but anyway.
None of us did, but you know, when you come here, I mean, see.
Flaps up and set.
Yeah, the flap are upset. So now, up no lights, good. So now you can set flap 5 for departure. Where are you? Which airport?
LaGuardia. How do you pronounce that one?
Okay, fine. So we wait now, flap with the green light. Now you can do the flight controls, standard. Recall has been done by Linda.
I also did that,
in this
anyway,
case,
yeah, done.
And now, of course, we are happy with the flight controls and flaps clear of any contamination. So now you can do the normal taxi. And in this case, because we have the flap set for departure, once you release the parking brake, you can do the config as normal, because the aircraft is configured for departure. That's it.
Perfect.
Good. Rock and roll.
So before we take off, I just want to quickly run through all my settings, because when I do the tests and stuff, I sometimes move things. So I just want to quickly make sure that everything is the way we put it in the Zibo install guide, so we don't, you know, augment anything and have skewed results.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The runway is 2,134 meters.
Okay.
Alright, just quickly check everything is the way it should be. Joysticks. Zibo, that's fine. Control sensitivity all to the left. And response curves linear. Nothing strange there. Perfect. Okay, that's how we want them. Alright. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Approaching 3-1.
Ouch. Yeah, that's not fun. Sorry to hear that. If this test goes well, you'll get this version
Runway
just now. So
confirmed.
then just go try it again. Huh?
On runway 3-1.
Hey, Owen. Righto. Let's see if we have got that tiller semi-straight.
The other thing that we will do in a freezing condition situation, to make sure the engine are clear of any ice accumulation or any fan blade, we do the static run up.
70%.
All the
Stabilized.
brakes, correct. All the brakes, 70%. Technically, Boeing suggests 30 seconds. Let's say hold it for about 15 seconds, something like this. If there are no vibration, then you press toga, release the brakes, off we go. So it seems good to me. No strange vibration, nothing on the lower view. It didn't pop up. So release the brakes, press toggle.
On runway.
Here we
3,
go.
1, on runway,
George, I'll be
3,
with you
1.
guys in the chat just now. Let me just get airborne.
Takeoff thrust set.
LNAV.
80 knots.
No,
Throttle hold.
I want heading select.
I see.
Heading select was on. Not sure why it went off, but it was on.
Rotate.
We have no guidance really. I did take away the discontinuity, so they should be technically, but in the real world, it's vectors supposed to be.
It's fine, just hold the runway heading until 1000. Good.
Acceleration altitude.
So now I have a question.
Yeah.
This time it changed, so Zibo obviously fixed it because my V speed V2 was 146. Now it's put the added 20 on there, so we can see it's 166. That's the correct operation, right? Does it have to show it or not?
No, it doesn't have to go to V2 plus 20.
Okay.
It has to go to whatever the aircraft is flying when you press command. Because when you press command, the aircraft entered the level change mode, which is what we can see on the SMA at the moment.
And it will then take what is in the speed.
Whatever
then. Okay,
the speed is when upon pressing. I will double check this because of course every day you're doing me questions that you know, I never stay there on the last day flying. This.
Understand.
To my knowledge, every time you engage level change, the speed goes and match whatever the aircraft is flying at that time.
Okay.
So to me, when we engage the autopilot, so actually we engage level change as a pitch mode, I would say he automatically display and set the speed that the aircraft was crossing upon pressing command.
All right. Okay. I'm asking because I was curious.
Press
might
next,
just happen
always
to
update the
be.
point. Yeah. And then
I was going to say, it might just have been that it was V2 plus 20, but the first 1,000 feet of the climb.
Yeah. Well, it was a hell of a coincidence, but I mean, I had to ask because I've been wondering about it. While you are here, I will ask, you know, what I need to ask.
I'm sure that if you do not engage the autopilot, the speed is whatever you set on the ground.
Okay.
Because then is the pilot flying calling for backup.
Yeah.
If you engage the autopilot, the aircraft goes into level change.
Gotcha.
To my knowledge, that's...
Makes perfect sense, also. Makes perfect sense. I was just curious. Owen, we're testing the new flight model. So I noticed that it felt a little... The aircraft felt a little bit light when I pulled back just now. That might just be me, but it felt a little light. I didn't have the sensation that it was really a very heavy aircraft, which is something we've had before, you know. That's just my observation.
Engine start procedure.
Alright, so what we'll do is when we get closer to the airport, I'll fly a little bit more by hand just to get the feel of it, or maybe even in the cruise, just switch off the autopilot, just feel it a bit.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Standard.
That's no effect on that mapping. Looks good.
It's really nice.
Are you using Which is now a plugin.
Yes.
The seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team of
Interesting that the cabin announcement is very loud this side and the other side it's not. It's like you're in the cockpit. I like the graphics. It really looks stunning.
Graphics, brilliant.
Yeah. Hello, Christer.
What's your cruise out?
360.
Okay.
It's not an overly long flight. I think in the VA it said the whole block time is 126. So once we get there, we'll quickly just disconnect and just feel it a little bit.
Once you're doing the cruise, you only go about 120 at the top of the seat.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, so it's not long. Owen, we don't care about the version of X-Plane 12. We are all on the latest X-Plane, what's it, 12.4 beta 3, I think. But the CPDLC is not related to the X-Plane CPDLC. The CPDLC here, you need to follow my install guide. It's dependent on the Hoppy bridge that Antonio wrote for us, and that whole interface. So you need XP Python 3, and you need the Hoppy bridge, and then it will work. Obviously, you need to go and register an account at the hoppy.nl website and go through the configuration. But it's all in the guide. You must just read my Hoppy Bridge install guide.
Approaching transition.
Guess who's on the line with us? Hello, Twkster.
Hello, Nico.
How are you?
I'll be fine. I have this microphone.
Sorry, I was struggling to hear you there. Can you just repeat that?
I'm just asking how this microphone sounds because it didn't come through too well last time I used it.
Yeah, it is a bit difficult for me to hear you. I don't know what the other guys say, but I'll do my best to listen carefully.
Let me see if I can improve it.
Thanks.
Doesn't sound better?
No, it sounds the same. I don't know, it sounds like you're overdriving it a little bit.
Okay, is it too low or is it too high or is it...
No, that's better. Whatever you did now, this is better.
Much better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay. Nico, I found the answer.
Okay.
Sorry, Twkster. I found the answer. So, I'm in the chapter regarding the automatic flight, talking about pressing toga during takeoff, blah blah blah. Okay, so automatic reduction to climb thrust, blah blah blah. Pilot 10, okay, flight director engage status is terminated by engaging an autopilot in command, because by pressing command we actually engage the autopilot, but as well at the same time we terminate the toga phase, the takeoff phase for the mind of the aircraft. The pitch, so upon pressing command, the pitch engages in a level change, and pitch mode FMA is MCP speed unless another pitch mode has been selected, which is what happened to us. Engaging command, engage level change. MCP EIS or MAX, so MCP speed window, display and airspeed cursor change to V2 plus 20. So that's correct. V2 plus 20.
Okay.
So what Zibo is doing is correct.
Okay. All right. That's good. Thank you.
I guess that the speed goes to V2 plus 20, but if you're flying already more than V2 plus 20, it might bug whatever speed you're flying.
Okay. Also makes sense. I'll keep an eye on it a little bit. Anyway, Twkster.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, thank you for the work on the flight model. Zibo told me the other day you were still tweaking it when we got fix 17, and I just didn't know we were going to get it today. So thank you for joining us, because I don't know if you heard me. I obviously didn't see you were here. I was just mentioning when I pulled the stick back on takeoff, the aircraft felt a little bit light. Don't know how else to describe it. It was it didn't feel like a very heavy aircraft, but it was okay. I mean, I could control it and all those things, but it's not like a step or two back where we could actually feel, you know, you've got to pull it to get into the air. So that's just an observation for you.
Well, it's going to probably maybe still need some tuning.
Sure.
This is not just an evolutionary copy. This is a brand new flight model.
Okay.
Completely new.
Okay, completely new.
And I shouldn't say completely. I obviously use components from earlier flight models, but when time permits, I'll explain, kind of what we did without getting too deep in the weeds. But we've been, as you're well aware, fighting a problem created by X-Plane 12 for some time now. And once I determined what the problem was, I eventually decided after lots of work around, I eventually decided that we needed to rebuild the whole thing.
Gotcha.
So that's what I did over the last 4 days.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Now, as far as fuel goes, I've mentioned this before that I'm planning a video to talk about this issue, but we need to figure out how we can create predictability so that Zibo's auto flight system works predictably, but at the same time allow people to do tuning, because what I feel is not what you're going to feel on a different controller.
Of course.
As you well know, I use Boeing PCA, which is much heavier in feel in both pitch and roll. So, when I tune it, I'm tuning it to the Boeing yoke, but without having a copy of your yoke or some of the others to play with. It's hard for me to tune the Wi-Fi with yoke advanced fast. Right? So what you may do is try that. See how yoke advanced off feels to you, and then after you do that, maybe we can figure out another solution, because I do believe that we need to be able to custom tune for people who really, really like the hand fly. You need to be able to custom tune it in some way for your liking that does not affect the auto flight modeling.
Understand. Twkster, are you looking at my stream?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, check the vertical bar and check the rhythm in the yoke. This is driving Uncle John nuts. And the reason I hide my yoke is that's one of the reasons, because it makes me seasick. I mean, it just rolls and rolls and rolls.
That's a better example.
Okay, do that test for me, because I don't get this. This never happens to me. I'm trying to figure out why you guys have this, because it doesn't happen to me. I don't get this. I get steady.
Yeah, but are you using real world weather?
Well, yes, I do.
Yeah.
And, there is that issue with X-Plane we talked about, and I discussed that with you before.
Yes.
When you go in there, they still have not fixed that, where they automatically put these background gusts and shears in, right? When you go to manual, right, and then go to each level there and look at the winds in each level, and you can see each one of them always has that. Gust 2, total wind shear 3, and then turbulence light. They turn that on for every level, and that is what is causing this problem. Now, I can get rid of it completely, but it's going to destroy the flight model if I do.
Yeah.
Because in order to do that, I'm going to have to add a bunch of artificial stability, enough to overcome this problem that X-Plane creates by putting that in there. And they do it on every level. You'll look at it, you'll see it at every single level in there. So if you go in there and turn those off, it's going to put the car flight.
If you switch over to my screen, Twkster now, it's a good example. It's doing my nuts.
I'm over here. I don't know if you can hear me over there.
Can you just move your mic maybe an inch away from your mouth? It's just, sometimes it's like you're overdriving it a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a happy medium here because
that's it.
Last
That's
time
the
I
place.
came on your stream, I used this mic and everybody said it sounded terrible, but I was probably too far away.
No, I think that's the right distance. You sound good now. Okay, I've taken it off, but it's still rolling on me. It's like it's tapering down. Anyway, look, there you go. Now you remove that, and there you go. Aircraft's perfectly stable. Perfectly stable.
I see John has still got it, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at this screen.
Yeah, but he didn't go to manual weather and delete those things. You know, he's still on.
To be honest, some of this is the way the flight model reacts, because the airplane is obviously reacting to this rhythmic background gust or wind and shear that we just talked about. And you said in yours, right, it settled down as soon as you turned it off. And when we had the previous discussion, you said you talked to one of the guys at the barometer, and he said, no, that can't be, we're not doing that. Well, they are.
Yeah. Twkster, I haven't spoken to you since, but there's now another guy from Laminar, which I will talk to you about later on, but he's contradicting the first guy. So I'll talk to you about it later. So I don't know, man.
Everybody agrees, even in the same organization. So,
I know.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the source of it.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side of it, Zibo I just sent him this flight model like 3 or 4 hours ago.
Okay.
So, he hasn't had a chance to try to adjust any of the autopilot things or anything.
I understand.
For the new flight model. So this is right out of the box without him doing any adjusting at all.
Yeah.
So he may be able to damp some of that down. And then I may be able to, do some exploring, see if there's a way that I can. To me, it looks like it hasn't really changed even from the last version.
Yeah, nothing to explain that.
It's kind of similar to what we were getting in the previous flight model.
Yeah.
And like I say, this is a completely new flight model. I rebuilt it almost completely from scratch, except that I used just no airfoil and then did some modifications for airfoils. But other than that, it's brand new.
Okay. No, I get it.
It looks a lot like the old one. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Aviate, and hello, Rodrigo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the solution is going to be. I wish that Laminar would give us the opportunity to have live weather and turn off this background crap that they throw in there on every single wind level.
Yeah. Just be careful with your mic. It's like you're muzzling it now, muffling it or something. Twkster, I personally think the only way we're going to solve this at Laminar's level is if you talk directly to them. Not me, not Uncle John, nobody else except maybe Zibo. But one of you two guys that can actually talk the same language and go through a demo with him or something. Because, like I said, I'll talk to you later about the incident, what happened. But I don't really have clout with him, unfortunately. Unless it's going to come from you or Zibo, I don't think we're going to solve this.
Yeah, I can't say I have clout either because I've 8 years I'm happening. Which is a failing on my part. I should have established a relationship a long time ago.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is it's your name on the flight model. So I think you should have clout, you understand? I mean, they should listen to you because you're the guy making the flight model. You understand? So...
Well, one of the problems, and this is just my opinion, it's going to come out of my mouth, you hear me say all the time that we don't use any artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And we only use natural flight dynamics. That makes our flight model sensitive to some of these issues. And as you're well aware, we've had problems in the past with some of the language weather that created much bigger issues than this.
Yeah.
The problem is that most other aircraft in the sim, most other flight models, they're not doing what we do. They use artificial stability.
Yeah.
And therefore, their airplanes don't fly like ours. We know that. It's one of the reasons why, in my opinion, the spotless, it feels like a real airplane. The downside to that is it makes us more sensitive to some of these programming anomalies. And I call it an anomaly because, if they're using a stabilized flight model that has artificial stability built in, they're not going to see the problem.
Yeah, they won't. They will never see it.
Problem because they don't see it.
Yeah.
And as you just demonstrated by doing what I asked in the previous class, by turning off those little shear values, they're small, but they're necessary.
Yeah. And you see it's a problem because it's a rhythmic. It gives you the same pendulum movement.
Yeah, and that means it's something with the way it's programmed.
Yeah. Okay, now, sorry,
it's
just...
Originally I thought it was all right. Because in JarDesign can create this kind of a problem if it's not programmed with the correct timing.
Yeah.
In other words, if it's not responding correctly, and the yaw damper can induce a rolling moment, and then you end up with a PI error, kind of respond. This is what Dutch roll, what yaw dampers were created for in the first place. That's what causes Dutch roll in the first place. Is having the tail moving back and forth, which creates a rhythmic rolling.
Well, that you can see. You can see the tail is moving in that upright bar in the flight director. You can clearly see it's going left, right, left, right, left, right. The horizontal bar is completely flush, stable, straight, on level. But the rudder is going left, right, left, right, left, right, or whatever it is that's controlling that center bar, the upright bar.
I think I asked you to do this before. But did you try turning off the yaw damper to see if it has any effect?
We can try. I'm just going to try this. I don't think he asked me that specifically, but let's see.
Go back up, Nico. You have one switch to the left now, the VHF nav.
I'd ask John to try that out.
Thank you. Alright, so your damper is off. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me.
You know what we say in Italy? Mama no mama, you know the game. Mama no mama. Sorry, Nico, only one thing, because then I have to leave.
Okay.
If you look at your streaming, there is the top bar missing, or has to be relocated.
No, it's missing.
Right. There you go. Guys, Twkster, thank you so much. We keep in touch. I have to go now.
Okay, stay well.
All right,
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care now.
There you go.
The old dumper didn't do any good for me at all.
Yeah, not for me either. I'm still doing it.
Twkster, I know Antonio's not here to explain it, but I've seen him writing on the forums about this, and he's still convinced that it's an autopilot timing issue, rather than so this is our autopilot deriving this movement. We're not responding; we're chasing something. That's his view. I probably haven't explained it as well as he would, but he thinks it's an autopilot issue rather than a airfoil flight model issue.
I've asked Zibo about that. We had a discussion about that, and he said to me he'll look into it, as in like 3 days ago. He said to me, I'll look into it. But the fact that we can manipulate it by changing the real weather and getting rid of those 3 parameters is putting a question mark on Antonio's take on it. Okay, so it might be a 50-50 story where yes, the rolling eddies is causing the rhythm problem and the influence, and then the autopilot is not countering it in the same rhythm, kind of a thing, to balance it out. So it is in phase and moving with the same phase instead of being out of phase to cancel it out, if that makes sense. But that is now.
I've got one other request for you.
Yeah.
Nico. Right now, with your heading bug, take it out of LNAV and just put it in heading mode and see what it does.
Now I go place this button differently. Okay, let me just also go put this thing back on. Get rid of the error there.
What's causing the altitude jump as well?
Oh no, that's laminar weather. I mean, they changed the barometric.
Atmospheric pressure,
Yeah, they changed the barometric pressure, and then it jumps.
Yeah, and that doesn't make a difference. And that tells you that it's not the autopilot kids trying to track the LNAV ports.
Yeah.
It's something in the atmosphere causing that.
Yeah.
What would the troposphere be roughly?
No idea.
That's my opinion anyway. But I think it is.
You see, listen. We're all adults here, right? I think this calls for a debate. That's all. You and Laminar need to talk this out and then decide who does what. And I think until you do that, we're not really going to have joy, because then you either have to live with it or you're going to have to jippo the system to kind of ignore it. And we talked about that before. We don't want to change into an unrealistic flight model just to compensate for unrealistic weather. So
that's always been my approach.
Yeah.
Now that's not to say I haven't done things with the flight model that technically weren't unrealistic. I have.
Yes.
Sometimes to cure a problem that was caused by the flight physics engine, I've pulled rabbits out of the hat. We still use one of those things today, and that's the Zibo experimental flight fuselage that we've been using for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Because the laminar one doesn't work. The laminar one is not tunable. And we tried to make it work, if you remember.
Yeah.
We tried to do that about a year ago. And there was no way we could get it to function correctly, because I couldn't tune the fuselage model. whereas I can, I'm infinitely, the Zibo one is infinitely tunable. But as a matter of fact, that's one of the tools that I use. It's not the tool, but it's one of the tools I use to tune this flight model here right now for the premature rotation problem. It wasn't the positive, but it was one of the tools that helped me, you know, how to find a balance between stabilizer force and, you know, the takeoff with premature rotation.
I understand.
We knew that we had a, it wasn't a CG problem. What was going on, I'm not going to go into a deep dive here. I'm going to take up all your time, but, you know, there was a problem that showed up, as you're well aware, when X.12 first came out. It came out with a weight and balance system, and we weren't using it, and it wasn't a problem.
Yes. You're breaking up, Twkster. You're breaking up.
Okay. It's probably a Wi-Fi thing. But anyway, in looking into that, we figured out that they had made a change where the flight physics engine insists on using its own moment of inertia computation, which was throwing our CG off. You know, no matter what we did, it was insisting on doing its own thing, and that meant it was flying like the CG was way aft.
Yes,
so,
way aft, yes.
Yeah, so and that was a conflict between Laminar's flight physics engine, you know, its flight model, basic, and our flight model. So that's why I redesigned.
Gary?
I had
basically what we did is Lubos reprogrammed our weight and balance system to work with their weight and balance system instead of inside of it. Because in the past, in X-Plane 11, there was no weight and balance in X-Plane 11. You just you put the PG in one static position, and that's the way all of the flight models in X-Plane 11 work. Zibomod, we made our own PG ship system that allowed us to have real centers of gravity long before anybody had the capability in X-Plane 11. So that is Lubos' genius to program all of that. Unfortunately today, with the new laminar weight and balance system, that was no longer working correctly. And everything we tried to get around that, we couldn't fix it because the problem lies play with Laminar's radius of gyration engine, the way it computed the moment of inertia and ignored ours. So we just made them put them in alignment, and that just seems to be working really well. I probably did about 25 test flights over the last 2 or 3 days, and I was getting really, really good results. I was pretty skeptical at first.
Yeah, can I jump in on that?
Yeah. Jump.
So yeah, I did have previous issues with the flight model compared to say 18A and compared to 18B. I've just done a test flight now, hand flying the aircraft from takeoff all the way around, manual landing, and it seems to be absolutely perfect now. I was disappointed with the previous model. This one seems to be spot on.
Yeah, I'll fly a little bit more hand flying just now, but while Twkster started talking to you guys, I did some hand flying there in the cruise. I just feel the aircraft is behaving as if it's a little bit too light. It's stupid, especially. It needs more weight. It needs to be, you know, to feel like it weighs 60 tons or how much ever it's weighing now, 62 tons. I just feel at this moment, for me personally, it's just a little bit light.
Yeah, like I say, that is mostly because they're using honeycomb alpha.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything about that except we need to come up with a different way to allow you to tune that. Because I did some testing recently. It's that Boeing yoke that I use is the heaviest yoke currently on the market, unless you buy an expensive or feedback yoke.
Yes.
And it's the heaviest. It's got the longest throw, and it's got a 10-pound pull. That's over double what you've got in yours.
Yeah.
You've got a 6-pound pull. I've got a 10-pound pull. So the feeling is going to be completely different between the two. If I make it so that yours feels good, mine's going to feel terrible.
Yeah,
really heavy, really heavy.
So then Zibo will have Zibo will have to compensate in the code then, in the advanced yoke code.
Well, I think we may need more than just the solution. Just having yoke advanced on or yoke advanced off is not going to cover the basics, because I'm preparing this video I'm going to do about flight controllers and how to tune them correctly. To tune without damaging the Zibomod flight dynamic. What I'm finding is the problem lies with the simple fact that there's so much difference in the distance of throw and the resistance that you have. A good example would be the people that are using stick controllers. Stick controller only has 1.5 inches, 2 inches of movement in one, if you go to pull up from the center to the back, 1.5 inches, 2 inches full throw, full throttle. Whereas on my Boeing yoke, it's 8 inches.
Ready for descent procedure.
Technically means that hand controller with the same setting is going to be 4 times more sensitive.
Understand,
because you can only move it a very small amount to get the same result. In other words, and this is true. The other part about that is also the weight. I tested some hand controllers. I actually have a scale, which is a trigger pull scale, used for competition handguns. Just trigger pull, so it's very accurate. So I started testing yoke to find out how much pull is required. And with the side stick, it's like, it's like 10 ounces.
Okay.
Both of them. It can vary. But this is the factor here. You got the distance of pull, and then you also have the weight of pull, i.e. how much is pull. And this is true in both options, both in fixed and in roll, right? So all of this variation between the different controllers, all right, is going to produce different feel results. Everybody's going to feel something a little different unless they tune their individual controller. Which brings us back to that same problem, whereas if we are tuning our curve, then that makes it very difficult for the Lubos to tune the autopilot bid correctly. Unfortunately, because of the way laminator has designed this system to work.
Gotcha. Okay, well, Twkster, we'll wait for you two geniuses to come up with a plan somewhere.
Yeah, what I really need is I need, ideally, I need like the 3 or 4 most popular controller systems that we would use in Zibo. We have, of course, this Boeing yoke, we have your honeycomb, and we have maybe Yoko, and the what's the other one that's popular? There's like 4 really popular yokes. And each one of those, if we could test each one of those, and you could have a setting for each of those, we would be covering 90% basic.
Gotcha.
You're not going to be able to get custom feel to everybody without them having to do some tuning. But we could get a lot closer. That's all work for Lubos too. Right now we've got yoke advanced on or yoke advanced off. But I kind of think we need a third one, to be honest, for hand controllers.
Gotcha,
Right?
gotcha.
I think hand controllers are have more of a sensitivity problem than the yokes that have a light touch. Like the Alpha, as you know, has a very light roll touch. But anyway, this is the first variant of this flight model. So, you know, I may be able to add a little bit more resistance on the pull. But the way I tune that is, to be honest, especially the takeoff, it's not just about not lifting the wheel prematurely, but when you pull the nose up to the final pitch attitude, right, at V2 plus 20, right, that it has the right amount of force for the nose to approximately where it belongs and not overpitch or underpitch. Right? And that's the one that really controls most of that, at least in that phase of flight. Now, what I think, what I want to hear is what your thinking is when you get the airplane float up in the approach stage. Does it still feel too light, or does it feel differently? Because part of that could be that I need to tune the high speed cruise pitch and roll phase out a little bit tighter. Right?
Well, one thing I noticed in my landing.
Yeah, the faster you fly, it should have a little bit more feeling of resistance, kind of like, you know, the way we do that in the real airplane is it's fixed force, right? You know, at maximum speed, it would take over 40 pounds of force to go to takeoff in the real airplane. Of course, on your desktop, you've got 6 pounds to lift. So the way we tune that is how far you have to pull it, gives you that sense of feel, heaviness, you call it. So we can tune that a little bit. And I talked to Lubos, who may be able to tune it individually for yoke on and advanced on or advanced off. I don't know if that's possible or not. I'll have to talk to Lubos about that.
Yeah. Gary wanted to ask or say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say something because, like, I would obviously been in the sims myself, you know, doing landings, and the one thing I noticed with the flight model now is the derotation of the nose after touchdown of the main wheels, and this time I've just literally done one there, and I don't know if Twkster wants to just check the stream really quickly and just show him just the handling on the final approach. So it feels for me that the CG is in the right place, and the amount of force that I needed to keep the nose from just slamming down after the derotation, it was very little. I just needed just a little bit of back pressure just to let the nose nicely come down by itself. So I mean, that was different on the previous flight model, and it felt like the nose was just going over on itself, and it was hard to stop it from slamming.
Yeah. Just a question. What Yoko, what are you using to fly with?
I have a side stick with a Thrustmaster.
Okay, side stick. Okay.
Just a comment on that real quick. It was hard for me to hear all of that, so I apologize. But was that with the last version of the flight model you were talking about? Because you thought you haven't had a chance to test the current one yet.
No, he's talking about the current one. Gary's in our group, so he's got access to the same one I'm flying now, this 18B.
Okay, so he's discussing about this one right here.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it felt a little bit less that way.
At Owen Tomlinson 5,545 donated $5 through SuperChat.
Temporary stick. Zibo had added a shift of the CG, which artificially shifted the CG forward to overcome that light nose thing that was being induced by a problem with laminar system hiding our flight model, our CG. So that was a temporary thing that made the nose feel heavy on touchdown. overcome the light noise on takeoff. This one here should be better that way. But again, before I make any judgment about that one way or the other, obviously we need to talk about what was the condition of the flight, how heavy was the airplane, and where was the 2G at the time when testing the landing, so I can kind of see if it's a 2G issue in and of itself, and or you know, if there's something else contributing to that.
No, I was actually complimenting the new 18B flight model and the CG. I was just saying that the derotation of the nose and also the rotation of the nose on takeoff felt way more realistic than it was before. So it's definitely going in the right direction. Because for me, you know, I've flown in the real sims before, and I know what sort of back pressure is required for the rotation and obviously the derotation of the nose after landing.
Yeah, I apologize that I didn't hear correctly what you were saying, because I wasn't sure whether you were saying it still felt too heavy or whether it was improved.
No, it feels good. I'd be interested to see what Nico feels now when he does his landing in a few minutes. But, yeah.
And part of it, not all of it, but part of it again is, we discussed earlier, is it's more difficult for anybody using a side stick controller. It's far more difficult for them to do the flight model feel to their satisfaction, because you're working with much shorter throw and much less weight of throw. You know, your resistant movement on the stick. And I think a lot of people, you may realize that, but it's amazing how many people don't realize how much the flight control system that you're using affects the feel of the flight model. You know, it's only, I've said it for years, it's 50-50, right? Past flight model. Flight model lays the groundwork for a good flight dynamic, but it's polished off and finished with the controller we use. It creates field sensation more than anything else. How far it can, you know, what your throw of movement and the rate of movement, you know, how much resistance. Huge impact. So anybody using a side stick controller has a much more difficult time. It can be done. I mean, in the early days of Zibo, when I first started working with the flight model for Lubos, I mean, we're talking 8 years ago, all I had was I had a cheap stick. I still have that stick. It's a 3D Pro. I used to put it in my flight bag, and I'd fly around all over Asia, and when I'm in the hotel, I would work on the flight model. I'd pull out my stick and my laptop, and I would work on the flight model in the hotel room. And that's all I had. I didn't have in the beginning, I did not have a yoke. So, it is a challenge to make a side stick feel good. It can be done, but it's a much bigger challenge than working with a yoke.
Just while you have a couple of minutes, Twkster, could you just check my stream really quickly and just see what you think on the yoke movement for this final approach here?
Be careful of ice, Nico, coming in.
Yes, yeah, I noticed in the meter there it looked grim.
I messed up.
I actually prepared myself here for Cat 3 landing if I have to.
Ice got me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the wings. Owen, thank you very much. Sorry, Twkster is talking there in the background. I don't want to necessarily interrupt him. Also, Roy and I know some of the other guys. Steve came in. Hello, welcome, guys. Sorry for not mentioning you as you came in, but we're kind of busy. Owen, and thank you so much for the tip. Appreciate it very much. And I'm glad you guys join us here for a little bit behind the scenes chat and see what we do. So, I don't see any major issues wrong with this flight model, Zibo. If you're watching, you might as well release it. You know, let the guys give us feedback on the forum, please. Zibo does not see anything on social media, and there's no guarantee he's going to bother to read the Discord because he's also busy. The forum is the right place to go. You know, just make your comments there, and Zibo will pick it up there. So let's hear it. Oh, Uncle John.
What's up?
Did you call the ambulance when you landed? Did you see the ambulance that's now in the Zibomod?
I know it's there. I haven't used it, no.
Okay.
That said, an ambulance wouldn't have done me any good whatsoever. With too many dead.
Krista, that's actually a very good question. That's a very good question. I notice it now that you mention it. Yeah, it's not there. I think we're a bit fast. It might be a bit low here for the bottom end, and I think we are slow enough that it's lifted higher. Depending on the atmospherics and stuff, it could just be out of view. Yeah, it could be that you found something, but it could also be that it's just out of view on both ends. So. Yeah, right now we shouldn't get ice, but there's no guarantee it's going to stay off. It will come soon enough. That METAR, look at that thing. Let me just go back to my screen. There you go. You can see the METAR there. It's snow and all kinds of nasties. That's fine, George. Yeah, happens. I must tell you one thing, I'm really surprised we didn't have to redo the camera views and all. I mean, that 0.11 meters made almost no difference. I'm talking visually.
I had to move them a tiny bit, but not too much, like I did the previous one.
Cheers, Rodrigo. Yeah, I agree, George. Krista, if you have got a photographic memory and you can determine the distance it moved, it's what I think it's 44 inches. That's all it's moved. In my setup, I can hardly see it. I promise you, if you put a gun against my door and be able to tell you what the difference is from just looking at it, you know. Have a go when you get it. See if you need to change anything. Exactly. I'm not in the slightest bothered. I'm not going to change my views. Look at my head. Even my head is nicely in the middle of the window there, you know, on that
transition level.
Glass plate.
Ready for approach checklist.
Nico, when I set up the center of gravity and the new weight and balance that we we're using our weight and balance system that we harmonized with the planet. But basically what I did is I went back to the original weight and balance spreadsheet that I developed years ago for the weight and balance system. The 2G that we from one of the tail numbers in Ryanair fleet.
Okay.
So it's optimized for the 189 feet version.
Of course.
Zibo and I discussed that we'll probably make individual flight models.
Yeah.
Instead of using
Gotcha. Christer, you're right, that is Twkster, but we need to do a collection for him and buy him a new headset with a proper mic, man. We're struggling to hear him. Twkster, you need to let us know what a decent mic's going to cost you, and we'll hold the collection for you.
This microphone that I'm using right now, from a video cam that is on my desk. I have another microphone, but I just haven't set them up yet. Since I've moved to the Philippines,
yes,
a lot of that stuff I haven't gotten brought over yet.
Yeah.
And I did bring over my desk mic and a boom mic that I was using in the U.S.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the opportunity to set it up yet.
All right. Well, yeah. We are struggling, so if you ever get the chance to set them up, do it, please.
Yeah, it's just really scratchy, or is it just weak, or what's the
No,
issue?
it's like the gain is sometimes too much, sometimes too low. Sometimes you are crystal clear. Sometimes it's like it's very muffled. You know, if you can picture this, I don't know what the mic looks like, but it looks like sometimes you turn away and then you don't speak into the mic or something. You know, and it's.
Yeah, that may be the case, because it's probably a directional mic. And the problem too is, I'm not using a headset at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't have a headset here with me. So, I'm using the TV monitor, the sound system. That means there's obviously some feedback coming from the TV monitor from your simulation sound, from
Sure.
the wind noise that you've got going on, and that take the feedback in the microphone, and I think the microphone tries to balance that out. So, I think some of it is, a problem with that.
Yeah, like it's like an automatic gain thing. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we're going. We're almost there.
What I gain from you is when I'm talking directly into the microphone like I am right now, it sounds okay.
Yeah, there are times where it is a little bit more clear. I can hear you, but Christer, for your information, he uses an auto texter that listens for him and writes it out because he's deaf. He can't hear. You understand? And the auto texter can't pick you up because it's not clear enough.
Okay. Well, some of that could be Wi-Fi. I am in the Philippines, and the quality of signal here is very constantly. It can be terrible from 1 second to the next.
Yeah.
And if that's the problem, the best microphone in the world isn't going to fix that.
Yeah. Well, the only way we're going to know is if you go get one of those better ones you have and just try it with us,
Yeah, I would try setting up my desktop one. The moment I've just been using my, this one because it's convenient.
Sure.
Flight level 100. Landing light switches on.
Sure. Yeah, we're getting ice now, eh? Do I have to keep a lookout? Yeah. It's minus 4 degrees Celsius right here, and we're in the rain and the snow, eh? So look how quick it's back. see a nice ice forming here on the windshields as well. Look how quick it's back. Yeah. Sounds nice, Christer. That's very quick. You don't think Antonio can help you with that, Christer? Because he's already got the snow plug-in. Maybe it's easier talking to him than Laminar. I don't know how you feel about that. That's your choice, but I'm just asking. I almost thought there for a second it came on as I looked away. I'll just pop around a couple of times, have a look. Yeah. How's it worn? Papa Mike, yeah, I actually read your comment just now, and I think I agree with you there. Your field of view is going to have an influence for sure. Linda, wish you could do that.
Weather engine is really showing a lot of variability in the VR there.
Twkster, sorry, you're saying something about variability of what?
Well, I'm just watching the flight director, and it just looks to me like the weather is doing a lot of shifting.
It is.
You know,
No, it is.
the relative wind is shifting
Yes.
back and forth pretty constantly.
No, it is. It is. George, you can't leave it on indefinitely. You have to cycle it. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Zibo actually modeled it to that extent, but it can lose its effectiveness and then kill you because it's just not working. So what we do is we just cycle it. I might as well just use the clock. You know, I don't really have to go there and, you know, leave it on for a half a minute, off for half a minute, something like that. I'm not sure. You see, it comes back very quickly within less than a minute. You know, it's really a few seconds. I must actually ask Zibo how he made the timing, because I mean, I know what it should be in the real world, but in the simulation I'm not 100% sure. I must ask him. I'm gonna leave it on just for a little while longer. We need to turn now, and I need to start concentrating on other things. Can't just sit up and down the whole time.
Radio altimeter.
Yeah, okay, Christer. You see, that's why I need to ask him, because that timing that is built in there will give us a good indication, how long to keep it or not keep it. I'm gonna leave it on for now, so I need to start thinking of other things. Yeah, but you can't see anything, eh? That's terrible. Yeah, even the visibility is variable. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why I configured the HUD and everything already, Christer, in case I have to do that. Yeah. That is what I usually do.
Bank angle.
Oh, this wind moves, eh?
Bank angle.
I can't even see what's happening on those wings. Quickly just switch it off for a couple of seconds and switch it back on just to cycle it, just in case. You see, Vaughn, you see. It's -6 now, yeah? I'm wondering if that's not a texture issue, but it's probably going to be something we need to show Zibo. Let me take a picture. I have to ask him who's responsible for that. Yeah, you need to upgrade your Hoppy bridge. It's the answer has been floating on all the platforms for a couple of days now. The Hoppy bridge is not compatible with the Zibo anymore. You need to get the latest Hoppy bridge Python script. Then your FMC will work again. There you go, Christer. Yeah, don't worry. Overshot that center line a little bit. Right, we're 15 nautical miles out. I just switched it off. It was on until I completed the turn. It's been on for probably a good 3 minutes already. Yeah, I just switched it off. You'll see just now. And now it's back on. I have not had so much fun in icing conditions as this in quite a while. This is really cool. This is really, really good icing conditions. Yeah, Papa Mike, it looks like fun.
Ready for landing checklist.
Get down 3 green, flaps 30, cabin notifications and stuff done, seatbelts on.
Take your seats, prepare for landing.
I just want to cycle that one more time for good luck and we should be okay, hope.
Safe landing.
Thank you so much. Okay, yes, that's cool. Thank you for the notice, Thunder. We either missed the opportunity or we are too soon. I think we might have missed the opportunity to go Cat 3. Probably did. It's fine. We'll do our best. Ah, look what it looks like. Wow. Wow. Wow, I was a bit low there. I missed it probably by 100 feet. Damn it.
Taxi lights on.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 24 left.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you buckled in, eh?
500.
Playing with a cat's
Clear to
tail
left,
again.
runway 24 left.
400.
There's the lights. Woohoo!
300. Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse on far. Speed brake up. Auto brake in use.
Woo! We made it. Yeah.
60 knots. Yeah. Great landing.
Oh, and if you're still on stream with us,
professional.
give me a minute to just get my hands free, then I can help you. The link should be under the video in the description, first of all, to get onto the server, and then secondly, you need to go at the top left where it says start here rules, and you need to click on the OK button, otherwise you can't get in. Yeah, that was amazing. I actually liked it. It's stressful and all, but this is what we live for. I mean, this is the dream we live for, right? Twkster? Okay. Up until ground effect almost, or just above it, the nose felt a little bit light. Every time I just touched the yoke, the nose went up. You'll see I had a bit of a up down. But as I got closer to the ground, it was beautiful. I had total control, before touchdown. It was lovely.
I know you were on the 18 prior to final approach, so you didn't get a chance to hand fly it in approach stops or anything like that, right?
I went on to hand flying when I could see the lights of the runway, so it wasn't that far. What I will do for your feedback is, not tonight because it's late already, but tomorrow maybe I'll just go do my Porto circuit and just hand fly it. And then I'll give you better feedback, okay?
Yeah, and that's what I'd like to feel is, how the different flap settings feel.
Yeah.
Because each one has a unique tuning capability.
Yeah.
So they can, flap 5 can feel completely different from flap 3.
Yeah. No, that's fine. We'll give you feedback when I go and fly it, because this was not really conducive to the test flying. It showed us it can fly nicely in bad weather, but that's about it. That's autopilot based. So.
By the way, it's purely just an opinion comment. What I'm about to say is not a criticism; it's an opinion. Something you might consider whenever you are going to need to maneuver the airplane and you have turbulence, etc., high wind, turbulence. You might consider while you're flying the transition, at the various top settings, fly at min maneuvering plus 10 knots. So what I did for years was do the next maneuvering speed higher. For instance, if I would get top 5, I flew top 1 maneuvering speed.
Okay.
The reason for that is you have more aerodynamic control.
Yeah.
And you're not as close to the minimum maneuvering speed. The key word there is minimum.
Yes.
Which is meant for smooth air with less than a 15-degree bank. So if you're at, say, flap 15 or flap 5 at min maneuvering speed and you go to a 30-degree bank, you're actually putting yourself into the danger zone handling.
I understand.
Especially in turbulence.
I understand.
So you'll probably find that the airplane flies better.
Mm-hmm.
This is true in the real world too, because you have more responsiveness to the wing
Flaps up
and
and set.
flight control have more aerodynamic.
Understand. Yeah, there's more airflow and everything. I understand.
Yeah, if you put a try, you might find it actually improve your overall experience too.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So we're not here to have fun.
Yeah.
It's not a criticism. Concept, but I've been doing it that way for 20 years. If it was more critical in the wide body, 24/7, if you got slow, you could not, if you had a vent wind or something, it's slow minimum movement, you a lot of power to get it out of that.
Yeah.
And so we were very critical. And I carried that on in the other that I was doing that.
Sure.
But it actually helped me quite a bit. I don't know if any of the other guys that make any comments about what to do on that. But it's in the same way when you're on final. I mean, you did your wind pad, right? You added a little bit extra. When you're at top 5, top 10, top 10, whatever, same kind of applies. And you have a little buffer there. The same reason you do it on final at top 30 or top 20. Is just that extra protection during gusty wind conditions. So anyway, the feedback is appreciated. I may be able to do some more tuning when I get a little bit more feedback. Like I say, this is the first iteration of this new version of the flight model. And nobody had had a chance to test it except for me.
Yeah.
And of course, prior to you doing that right now, and of course, I'm using the Boeing T8
yes.
Instead of
Alpha, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Alex, we had that discussion just now. I'll fill you in later again, but we did talk about that. So, let me go and park off, guys, and then that's it. I'm going to go to bed. It's late here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And Twkster, thanks for your hard work. And Zibo as well. And let's see what you guys come up with next. I'm going to go and fly this thing tomorrow, and I'll let you know, Twkster.
The more feedback, the more flight feedback we get, the easier it is. The very best way is to put right up your shoulder while you're flying. I can see them first, and then I can tune your setup specifically. But otherwise, we're just kind of guessing unless we're able to fly your yoke. I kind of wish that I had one. If I had the other most popular yoke, right?
Cytec is the one, Alpha yoke is the other one, and then it's that Boeing one. Those are the 3 top ones I know of.
And they all 3 still have a different feel because of what I said earlier. From the resistance, from the length of road, travel, and all that.
Yeah.
So tuning, you almost have to have a tuning setting for each one. And, who knows, maybe we have to talk Lubos into creating another custom setting. I would be honest, kind of like being able to tune those pitch roll independently, like the yoke bit, for you to have a chance to put on yoke band from pitch or off on roll or vice versa.
I'll play around a little bit. I'll play around a little bit. If I must just get time tomorrow, I'll do it. And I'll report back.
You kind of see I'm going there, right? Because you're in the past challenge, but that's different than the pitch. It's
yes.
That, maybe we can play around with in the future. Getting a little, without getting too carried away. If we have too much variability, then nobody is going to have predictability. But,
no, of course.
Anyway,
of course.
It's late here too. Like 3 o'clock in the morning for me right here.
Yeah, no, you need your beauty sleep too. Alex, it's 9 p.m. here in South Africa in Joburg.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Right. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. You have a good rest. Be careful.
Thanks, Tim. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye. All right. Alex, just to recap quickly, Tim says he's got better microphones. It's just, it's packed. He needs to unpack it, find them, and then use it. And then he was also saying the internet isn't the best, but from what I can hear, this is more microphone related. That's just my opinion. So I suggested to him to get one of those better ones he's got and then talk to us, and then we'll immediately know if it's still internet related or just the quality of the mic, because it sounds like this was like a webcam that he's using to talk with. Yeah, so because I also said we need to make a collection for him, and he said no, I've got 2 or 3 other better mics, but they packed away. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toronto. I hope you brought extra socks and maybe a hot water bottle. I don't know where else you're going to get heat in this cold, but you know better than me. One thing is for sure, I believe that your clothes in the Northern Hemisphere are purpose-made to handle this kind of weather. If we bring our winter clothes into this weather, we'll freeze in 2 minutes, we'll die. It's just not made for it. So I think if I ever have to go to the Northern Hemisphere in weather like this, I'll take a couple of bucks with me and I'll just buy clothes there at the airport when I get off the plane, do it proper. So anyway, Owen, did you get in now? Did you get into the Discord? I don't see that you've tried. Hang tight, let me quickly show you here. If I can just get it back. Yeah. Right. See, when you come in, all the guys with the orange writing, they are the ones that went here, start here rules, and they click the OK button. There's the OK button right there. Okay, so once you click that button, it assigns all the privileges to you, and that's all you need to get into the system. You see, Papa Mike? Yeah. I'll ask you guys first, get some information. But I think it's absolutely pointless to take our warm clothes to the Northern Hemisphere in weather like this. It's pointless. We'll die. It's not made for it. So, yeah. Okay, Owen, if you are in, just look for the different rooms as I described to you. And gentlemen, I see Zibo has just released Fix 18, so I'm going to do the torrents and my side of the release as well. So give me about 10 minutes and you should be able to get it on all my platforms as well. Okay, you guys have fun. Go try it, but please guys, if you need to give feedback, if you want to give feedback, we would appreciate it, but do it on the org forum. Okay, so that's it. What mods am I using? I'm not using any mods. This is Explain Weather. The only thing that could possibly be considered a mod is just the NOAA Weather plugin, right? So in the NOAA Weather plugin, it's got the accumulation of snow and the water icing and stuff, right? And then it adjusts the runway friction accordingly. So that's the only kind of a mod, but it doesn't provide weather. It gets the weather from NOAA and from Explain, basically, as far as I know. NOAA and Explain is the one that puts the weather into the system. It's real world Explain Weather. So You know, that NOAA plugin doesn't put weather in. It reads information and then it manipulates the snow. The other mod I've got is just the windshield thing, the Zibo windshield mod. Let's quickly put the windshield heat off, see if it will frost up for us. See, this is the Zibo frosting that you see over here. But what Antonio did was he created a little script to just make it a little bit more icy. And then the other modification I have is the weather. Not the weather, the temperature. If you go into our Discord and you go down to all the add-ons and things, you'll see the Zibo windshield, Zibo cabin temperature, the RP bridge, all those things. They all down there. Easy Zibo to do the installations. YAL. You know, there's a lot of things there. You must just go have a look there. But that's it, and that's my list of plugins. Just as a matter of interest. All right, and that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me go and do my job for Zibo quickly, yeah, and get this thing out to you guys. Have fun. Let us know on the forum, please. You're welcome. Cheerio, guys. Bye.